All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're talking about what it really takes to be an expert logistics and distribution partner, especially in a bustling hub like Houston. So, I want to start with a question for all you purchasing professionals out there. Think about it. Is your logistics partner just moving stuff? Or are they actually providing a real strategic solution for your projects? It's a really important distinction to make. Because, in today's supply chain, the whole challenge goes way beyond just moving things from A to B. We're talking about a totally different ballgame of planning, coordination, and strategy, especially right here in Southeast Texas. So, let's get clear on the difference. Moving, that's the physical part, right? Loading up trucks and getting them down the road. But logistics, well, that's the brain behind the whole operation. It's all the careful planning, the strategy, the management of the entire process from start to finish. It's what turns a simple task into a seamless solution. And you've got to understand this, because the entire industry is changing. We're shifting away from those one-and-done projects. Now, it's all about continuous, integrated third-party logistics. You'll hear it called 3PL, and it's built for today's high-volume commercial world. This is where the real pros operate. So, what does a modern 3PL portfolio even look like? What should you expect? Let's break down the core services that really tackle these complex challenges we've been talking about. Okay, any real 3PL partner starts with a solid foundation, and that's warehousing and asset management. And we're not just talking about a big empty room. This is about having secure, professionally run facilities that can handle whatever you need, whether it's short-term staging for a project or long-term inventory control. Now, beyond just storing things, it's all about efficiency. I mean, sure, expert picking and packing are table stakes, but the real game changers are processes like cross-docking. This is where you move goods straight from an inbound truck to an outbound one, which consolidates loads and just massively speeds things up. It's smart. And then you've got the final and maybe the most critical step of all, final mile delivery. This is it. This is the moment of truth, moving your assets from that local hub to their final destination. Getting this piece right is absolutely non-negotiable for the success of your project. Of course, not everything you're moving is just a simple box. For your high-value, sensitive, or really complex items, you need a much higher level of care. And that brings us to the next layer of service: specialized handling and dedicated transportation. You've probably heard the term white glove delivery, but what does it actually mean for a commercial project? Well, it's a premium, high-touch service. The team doesn't just drop things off. No way. They handle the unpacking, the assembly, the precise placement where you need it, and they clear out all the packaging. It is a complete, full-service installation. And this premium level of service is really powered by one core offering: dedicated transportation. Now, this is the complete opposite of just buying some space on a truck with a bunch of other cargo. This means you get vehicles, equipment, and special handling all assigned exclusively to your assets, making sure they arrive in perfect condition. Let's look a little closer at what that protection actually involves. You've got things like air ride suspension, which gives a super smooth ride for sensitive equipment. There's blanket wrap handling, which protects items really well but without all the wasteful packaging. And then, for your most fragile assets, custom crating gives you that ultimate peace of mind. So, where does all of this become absolutely critical? Well, think about high-stakes situations. We're talking trade shows, major exhibitions, and big installation projects where there's absolutely zero room for error. For any project where the clock is ticking, like a huge trade show or a complex medical equipment install, success is the only option. There are no do-overs. That's why you need a partner who does meticulous planning up front, who can handle the complexity of on-site installation and assembly, and who has a rock-solid track record with high-value assets. Every single piece has to be there, safe and on time, because your project's success, and frankly, your reputation, is on the line. When you put all these services together, it fundamentally changes the relationship you have with your logistics provider. It stops being just a transaction and becomes something way more valuable. The real goal here is to find a true partner in your success, someone who adds real value, who goes beyond just transport to become a consultant, actively working with you to make your supply chain better and to make sure your project hits its goals. But talk is cheap, right? So what does that commitment actually look like? Well, you measure it. You look at the tangible results: consistently high on-time delivery rates, incredibly low numbers for loss and damage claims, and the kind of dependable performance you can only get from a huge, reliable network. That's the real proof. And that brings us right back to where we started, but maybe with a new way of looking at it. When you think about your current projects and what's coming down the pipeline, is your supply chain really set up for success with a true logistics partner, or is it maybe time for an upgrade? Because having a real expert logistics and distribution partner right here in the Houston and Southeast Texas area can honestly make all the difference in the world. Thanks for tuning in.